Yeah, a lot of games do. Anyways, here we are, doing something a little different for once. Instead of a live stream, I'm gonna try and record and upload and all that fun stuff. See if I can fucking do it. Um, Now we're doing Planet Zoo. So, oh, can't do that. Oops, I just messed up the thing. Never mind. Hold on, let me play the game. I'm on drugs. Okay, cool. We got this going on. Yeah, I'm a little high right now, actually, but just a little. Anyways, maybe later. Yay, New Resort, New Orleans. I got New Orleans. Yeah, here's the one I just started in Great England. But anyway, here's kind of what I want to talk about in episode 6 of the Chris Cade. I wanted to talk about sort of, you know, men dealing with domestic. Oh God, that fucking. Wow, that's gonna drive me nuts. Something happened to my fucking keys. Wow. I think my keys are broken. Fuck. Where do I? Wow, my keys are so sluggish. What the dick? No. Zoo, animal, exhibit. Zoo was founded. Congratulations, shithead. Okay. Help. Basics, controls. Oh. Oh, I can do it with the mouse. Okay. I don't know why the keys are fucked, but rotate the camera. Okay. Cancel. Okay, so I can just do that. Okay, cool. Sorry I got distracted there. L's in the kitchen right now, where a woman should be. No kidding. No, no. Actually, you know what? I'll address that first. The notion of a woman should be in the kitchen. It's not because women are lesser and deserve like no freedom or whatever. No, that's not it at all. It's because women are more valuable and they deserve to be protected. That's where it is, right? That's why that's a thing. Because people want women to be protected. They want women to be safe. They want women to be, you know, and the kitchen's not a bad place to be. I mean, everyone should learn to cook. It's a skill everyone should have. But for the longest time in human history, the women cooked just because, you know, cooking kind of took all day, back then anyways, and men were kind of busy doing everything the fuck else in the world, right? Like, you know, running the fucking world and shit. And I don't mean for their benefit. That's bullshit. They never did it for their benefit. They did it for the benefit of the tribe, right? Men and women are the same people, right? Different genders, same people, right? They're in the same tribe. They're of the same breed. Like, German women and German men are still German, right? They still have that in common, right? It's not just, it's not just man and women. There's men and there's women. It's the race aspect, right? Which is a very common aspect. Race or, well, I guess you could call German a race. It's more of an ethnicity, but I mean, still. But that's just getting kind of dicey. Anyways, and again, kind of the thing with that is that, you know, men were kind of busy building houses and farms and toiling and heavy labor, all this stuff they don't want women to do because it's hard work. And most women don't want to do that shit. Men only do shit because they have to, for the most part. Women only do shit they want to because they have that luxury, right? I know it's hard to believe ever since feminism told you that you're oppressed. It's hard to believe you actually have luxuries, but you do. Trust me, you do. You have luxuries, right? And a lot of people even see um, the kitchen as a luxurious location, right? I mean, it's not the most exciting in the world, but it's definitely safe. You're in the home that's safe, and you're away from predators and rapists and shit, right? You're away from the bad men over there, right? You're away from those, and that's kind of the point. Now, I find it kind of funny how in the manosphere, right, you've got all these different types of groups and everything, and it mostly boils down to the. How do I rotate this fucking thing? Oh no, that's the wrong button. Mostly boils down to the. Um, oh no! Damn it! Fuck. There we go. There's a Z. That's the ticket. Okay, cool. It mostly boils down to you got the MGTOWs, you got the men's rights advocates, which don't really belong in this group, but whatever, right? And then you got the, um, I guess you can call them, I guess the incels are in that group too, but I was going to say pickup artists. I mean, then you've got the pickup artists, which no one likes. Like, MGTOWs don't like them. MRAs tolerate them, but we tolerate everybody. Because human rights is, a very tolerable notion. And that's all it's fucking about. But anyways, and no one really likes the pickup artists. Like, the MGTOWs hate them bigger than shit. MGTOWs hate a lot of people. I've noticed that. MGTOWs hate everyone in the manosphere. They hate everyone. They think incels are betas. They think fucking pickup artists are pussy beggars. And they think men's rights is overrated. Having a rate of 1 out of 100, I don't know how that the fuck is overrated. But okay. Like, your own human rights overrated. Okay. Chop, your dick's gone. Okay, well, sorry, you don't have any human rights. Chop, your leg's gone. Oh, sorry, you don't have any human rights to protect you. Chop, your leg's gone. Sorry, you don't have any human rights. That's what you guys are advocating, by the way. Fucking whoops. Yeah, again, it just God, it's so fucking funny. Do a Chief Beef. I like these fucking. Chief Beef should be fucking sponsored by fucking Canon. Just saying that dude could make a fucking hamburger. But anyways, that kind of shit. Like, that dude could make a hamburger. Like, anyways, again, like, I don't know. It's funny to me how the MGTOWs act like they're the best. And I'm not. There's one YouTuber in specifically who's a MGTOW and an MRA. If you can probably guess who that is. And he's from the UK. But anyways, again, I'm not talking about him because he is also an MRA, and he obviously doesn't hate his own people. that would be kind of dumb. But then again, feminist women hate feminist men, so anything's possible, right? So, what animal should I put here? I don't fucking know. But anyways, I gotta put in fucking peoples and shit. Alright, let me get animal tradings. God, I've got all these points, holy shit. Animal trading. But again, I find it so comical because the MGTOWs act like everyone's a fucking simp or a pussy beggar or whatever, and pussy beggar is a term they use frequently, by the way, you know. And I just find it kind of funny because, like for example, if any of you saw the what's it called, the Bones episode about the Meninist, right? They blamed everything on men's rights, as feminists like to do. They blame everything on the notion of men having fucking rights. Like that's the real Satan in society, is men being equal to women. Like that's the real Satan, right? Like you know, and that is what rights are for those who, don't believe me. That is what rights are because women have legal binding rights, right to bodily autonomy. They have that, men don't. And men don't have that because they get mutilated at birth and everyone thinks that's okay. But, name a fucking country that mutilates girls that's open about it, right? That doesn't try to hide it under 12 layers of stacked shit, right? Right? Like, try naming one of those nations. But anyways, and I think all mutilation's bad, really. But here's the newsflash. So does everyone. Everyone thinks at least the girl one is bad. Everyone thinks that. A lot of people don't think the boy one is bad, to be fair. Now, to be fair, again, you know, in the 90s and the 80s, we didn't really know that circumcision was bad for you because doctors told everyone, "Oh, it's good. It's clean and healthy and keeps you vim and vigor and reduces ED and infection and all these fun, wonderful things." And that's what people were told all throughout those ages. Now with the internet, we know for certain that it's fucking human torture and it increases their cortisol levels for the next 6 months, just like a trauma victim would have, right? People who are raped against their will, well, obviously, but whoops, I'm being semantic. Anyways, people who are molested, people who are beaten within an inch of their life, and develop shell shock and shit. Those people have heightened levels of cortisol for about 6 months. Same with circumcised babies. So you can't tell me it's not fucking traumatizing. Right? Like, and I've actually heard some people talk about how they remember the pain of their circumcision. I guess take that with a grain of salt, because how do you remember pain when you don't even have memories? But then again, that can also be applied to the argument of how can you, how can you feel raped when you were asleep, right? It can be applied to the same argument, right? If one's bad, the other's bad. If one's not bad, the other's not bad. It's that kind of argument, right? So you kind of have to be careful of that, you know. And I've seen mostly feminists, but I've seen people say to people who were circumcised, why don't you go back to before you remember being circumcised or learned about it or learned how bad it was and how it decreases Langerhans cells and makes things terrible and makes things awful and things of that nature and before you learn that it causes chafing and scarring and scabbing and one day you give your girlfriend gives you a blowjob and lo and behold there's a scab in her mouth. Oops. How embarrassing is that, I wonder, because we circumcised you at birth. Right? Like I have no idea what animal I'm gonna pick here. Anyways, oh god. Giraffes, Nokin. I love Komodo dragons. Those are so cool. Anyways, macaque. Macaque? Uh, I gotta pick something that's an herbivore. Herbivores are cheap. I like herbivores because they don't cost a lot to raise and shit. But carnivores are just, God, they eat everything. Plus the kitchen sink if it was made of meat. Okay. And anyone who's curious about my videos, you will learn this about me. I'll rant about a subject, then get distracted, then go back to ranting. It's just my thing, right? It's just how I do, right? It's how the cuttlefish Chris do. Like that's just all it is. I am a cuttlefish, damn it. Yes. No. Cuttlefish aren't furry because furries are only the cool animals like wolves and foxes and rabbits and shit. Well, that's true. Like they should pick like a tapir or a earthworm or be an earthworm gym furry. Like do something cool with your life. Be a worm furry. Or a centipede or a praying mantis or something some kind of bug. They're never any bug. Anyways, God, West African lion. Let's just check to see how fucking expensive those things are. Oh God. Oh wow, I could. Well, what are their stats? Ooh, excellent. Oh fuck. Not good. Well, fertile. Gonna get sick like a motherfucker, but fertile. uh, well, I can afford this plus my pants. Holy cow. Which I'm somehow wearing at the moment. Anyways. Again, I guess my ranting, and I'll probably title this video "Why We Need Human Rights." Right? I might, but I might title something else. We'll see. Because just it blows my brain noodle 7 shades of orange when people say men's rights is a hate group. Like they can actually say that about advocates of human rights. Human right, like we're not talking about banishing the fucking Nefertiti. We're not talking about summoning the Gurglemesh to devour the Inktes. Like that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about human rights, right? The right to your own skin, the right to see your children, the right to have a family, the right to not be crucified by the state, right? Like important legal things you should have protections from, right? And here's one thing I'll say to anyone who ever watches this. Anyone. And it's a bit off topic, but it's a bit on topic. Quit kissing women's asses. Stop it. They don't like it. It's not going to turn them on. It's not going to make them on your side. They, they nobody likes it. Stop it. Quit it. Don't do it. Stop it. Bad boy. Should I get a lion? Should I get a lion? Yeah. I mean, they eat meat, so they're expensive as fuck to raise, but, I mean, they're lions. I mean, fucking... Well, no, I'm talking in the zoo game. Okay. I'll put him there with zebras. They'll be best friends. They'll be best friends. Yeah, it's just like putting a fucking... Yeah, something like that. Anyway, the thing is, I just realized a good analogy. Putting a lion in with a zebra is like putting in a feminist with an autist. They will be on him like a lion on a fucking gazelle, right? Like eating his innards and just numb. Yeah, I know. Lions are what? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, lions are oddly chill animals. No one thinks they are, but they oddly are. They're oddly chill. Success. Ooh. Grewtopia. Nice. Okay, I got some lions. I got some lions. I got some lions. All right, cool. I'm 12 again. Whatever. Ever since I was 12. But no. Again, like, wow, all these are in my other zoos. How do I get them out of? What the fuck? Why are they in this? They're in a zoo. Whatever. Must be a glitch or something. I don't know. It boggles my mind how people will actively say with an honest, earnest face, you know, men's rights is evil, men's rights is sinful, men's rights doesn't work, or whatever you want to say. Because imagine anyone, literally anyone, saying that about women's rights. You have any idea the hate they would receive for that? You know, I'm going to do that on my Facebook. I'm going to start saying women's rights is unimportant. Women don't need rights. Women's rights has failed. Women's rights is useless, and it makes simps, and everyone's pathetic in the women's rights movement, just to see how much shit I get for it. That's what I want to do. Just to see if people realize the fucking hypocrisy. Right? It's okay to say it about men, because men are bad. But if you say it about women, because they're good, you're the bad one. That's the trick, you see. That's what it really means. Okay, let's go to zoo. Most appealing. Yes, it's my only fucking animal. Wow, cash flow. Good God. This year's profits. Yay, $38 in the hole. Fucking boop. Boop. Fucking. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Okay, I kind of got this little zoo building up here. I don't have any... I know it's kind of gaudy to look at because I don't have any things to decor it with. But still, I just want to see if anyone notices what I'm doing. I really do. I just want to see if anyone notices. You know, I want to see if anyone's like, wait a minute. He's saying all these things about women's rights that apply directly to men's rights. If anyone, seriously, if anyone actually figures that out, I will eat my fucking hat. Okay? Like, you know, I'd be surprised if anyone, genuinely surprised if anyone was like, oh hey, what do you know? Like, he's talking about human rights. That must include men, because they deserve it too. Whoops. I made a bad. This is a cave I made once. Whoa. On a random note, Ale's been watching a lot of like Legend of Zelda content creators and stuff, and apparently a lot of them hate MatPat, the game theory dude. Like, a lot of them hate them, and I'm not sure if that's because he did this first, or like did it better, or was more popular, or whatever, or because he like half-asses things and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm not sure which it is. Maybe both. Hell if I know. But you know, it's possible. Maybe I should have made this place a bit bigger for him, but whatever. Okay, let's get... Oh, no. Yes, there we go. Oh, filter. My species. Okay. And again, I find it funny, you know. I don't know. It's so strange to me how people say that about all sorts of people. Like, you know, this person's not doing enough, or this person's is doing too much, or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know which direction it goes a lot of the time. You know, I don't know. Sweet, got plenty. Okay. Fix the terrain, though. Alright. Remember how to do that? Yeah, terrain. Okay. And I will say this, my parents don't, I mean, they kind of know what I believe in. My mother more so than my father, you know. They kind of know what I believe in. But, I mean, I try not to be too bold about it with them, but I try to be a bit bold with it here, you know, kind of as a way to demonstrate things and whatnot. And, you know, so hell if I know if it works or not. Okay. Sweet. Perfect. There is hard shelter right there. Alright. But it's gotta... Yep. There we go. Nice. God, look at those lions. My mother loves lions. She's got this tattoo lion theme going on. It's pretty cool. Um, you know, she's got like lion claw marks on her shoulder, and she's got like um, she's getting a new lion tattoo on her like ankle or calf or whatever, and it's like a lion peeking through the bushes, and it's really wild. It's really wild. You know, she's a Leo, so she's kind of got that, you know, lion theme going. Which is funny because my mother's a Leo, my father's a Cancer, but I'm a Pisces. It's like, how the hell did that happen? But, anyways. If you don't buy the astrology stuff, just ignore it when I talk about it. I mean, I don't believe it 100%, right? I don't think it's like a genuine description of people most of the time. But I just think it's an interesting study is all, like, you know, because sometimes they're pretty accurate, but other times they're like, where the hell did that come from? You know, so it just depends, really. You know, so. But yeah, again, I'm that way with a few things, but there are quite some things that I'm like, genuinely, this is the position I take. And it's interesting because according to the political test, I am the center of center. Like, I am the definition of centrist. Okay, the definition of centrist. So if I agree with a position, it's not because I'm biased, it's because I see its merit. Right? I see the merit in not mutilating people. Why is that upside down? What the hell? What the fuck? Oh, okay, that was weird. Anyways, I see the merit in not mutilating things. I see the merit in, you know, helping people and you know, this, I swear this Harvey Weinstein case is going to destroy, it's going to destroy people. It is. And let's face it, nobody fucking likes the dude. Nobody likes him. But that doesn't mean he did it. Sorry, like, it doesn't matter if someone is the most disgusting person on the fucking planet. Doesn't make them a rapist. And I agree with his lawyer. She said that the accusers really made it seem like they just wanted to accuse him and go home, right? They didn't want to back up their claims with evidence. They just wanted to say, yeah, he did it. Can I go home now? Cool. Bye. Right? Like, can we destroy him? Sure. Yeah, he did it. Okay. Can I go now? Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks. Bye. I have other things to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, really did seem like that. Like a T. Really did seem like that. You know. Again, I can't believe people are just, good lord, like, you know, nobody likes him. And the people who are defending him aren't defending him because, you know, they like him or because they're on his side. They're defending him because he had his due process ripped out of him. Escaped. How the hell did he escape? What? Where the fuck? How did he do that? Did he climb the tree and jump out? What? Where the crap is he? That's his welfare. Yeah, get him back in there, guys. Is it the tree? Did he climb? Is the tree climbable? Coverage, components, type, coverage, Africa. I'm just gonna delete that tree. That way he can't climb out of it again. I have no idea how the hell he got out. There's my other lion, and she's doing just kosher. I mean, this is a brick wall. They can't climb brick. I mean... Oh, crap. I forgot to put trash cans. Fuck. But I'm just failing at this game. Gee. Normally I do, like, live streams. This is my first non-live stream video. Normally I do live streams, and I just, you know, rant and play a game and talk about things and everything. And I don't know. My brain ball not meet so good. I just... Yeah. I should take my meds. Yeah, I'll take my meds. Screw it. You guys have to bear with me a bit. But anyways, again, I'm the type to just rant and kind of ramble and go on tangents and whatnot, but... Oh, wait a minute. What? There's pills in here. Where are they? Oh, I never took Sunday mornings? Oh. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let me just swap this pill out and swap that one out, and now I got my night meds. Cool. I tried to get streaming Hitman 2. I tried to get, because I've been playing that a lot lately. I tried to get that streaming. And it just doesn't, yeah, it just doesn't work on OBS for some reason. I've seen Razor stream it, so I don't know how the hell he did it, but I can't get the shit to work, so. Oh, there is litter. Okay. Damn dirty apes. Okay, facility's a thing. ATM. Where's the trash cans? There we go. Damn dirty ape. I sometimes relate to the Planet of the Apes monkeys. You know, I really liked the show back in the 70s. That was cool. I liked that show a lot. That was really cool. You know, where the astronauts go through time and shit, and they think they're on a different planet, and you know, they're like, oh shit, we're on this alien world, and there's giant apes everywhere. Oh my. Turns out it's fucking Earth. Like that's the trick, right? And that's what it was in the movies. I think the movies, it's the same premise, but I think the characters are different. I might be wrong, but anyways, I'm talking about that because I'm playing a zoo game, for God's sake. Like, anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna name this video. I really don't. I might do why we need rights and other rants. Like, I might, because I've been all over the place in this fucking video. I'm sorry. Like, all over the place. Oh, crap. I'm just, ugh. Good lord. You know, yeah, anyways. I don't know, I need to start writing things down and having a list and going off the list. But this is kind of what I want to talk about in my episode 6 of the Chriscade, right? I wanted to talk about something my sister told me about, and kind of my rants to my sister about the things she said to me that were very hurtful. Now, I still love my sister. That's never going to change, right? We grew up together. We were kids together, all that stuff. I love my sister. I really do, right? But at the same time, you know, I feel like she lied to me. Because she built herself as being the one good feminist. Now, those of you who know things within the men's rights movement will recognize that statement as the one good man syndrome, right? And that's a common thing we point out. And again, one good man syndrome is basically, men are bad, men are trash, but not me. I'm the one good man, right? Like, you know, talking shit about men, but still is a man, right? Like, yeah, that kind of stuff. She was doing that with feminism. She was, those feminists are bad, but not me. I'm a good feminist, right? Which I believed. I genuinely believed. Until she started pulling their tricks. And she started pulling their punches. And getting offended at me because she thought I said that men and women don't have different lived experiences. Which, of course they do. It's no duh. Everyone has a different lived experience, not just men and women. So again, I find that funny how my sister assumed I said that, when what I really said was more along the lines of, what is it I really said? I forgot. Because there was 3 parts. There was, the first insult was, you're a shit MRA. This is what she told me because she thought I said that men and women don't have different lived experiences. I'm a shit MRA, which I've never said she was a shit feminist, not once. And I'm terrible at giving advice. That's what it was. I'm terrible at giving advice. Which, then why the fuck did you call me? And I'm never going to recruit people for my movement. Now, some of you are laughing right now. As I typically was, because I'm not trying to recruit people. Like, at all. That's not my goal. That's not my job. I don't want to recruit people to the men's rights movement. I just want to tell them the facts about the legal system and let them decide for themselves, right? I'm not trying to recruit people. I'm just trying to, you know, get people to understand what's going on with the world. That's it. You know, that's all I'm going for. You know, kind of a, hey, are you aware of this kind of thing? And hey, are you aware of that kind of thing? And just kind of leaving it there. Let's do about 4 meters. God, 4 meters, that's a tall wall. Fucking. I'm 2 meters, so double my height. Yeah, that's a tall wall. Anyways, okay. That way the fucking lions won't jump out and shit.
Have they been known to do that?
One of them did. One of them jumped out. He just... I think he smelt some girl lion from another zoo and was like, "Ooh, baby," and just jumped out, and you know, and maybe he's promiscuous, or maybe he's just
you.
Maybe he's just a whore. He's a whore lion, like me.
He was you.
He was me. Yeah, he was me, the whore lion. Yeah. Which I mentioned how my mother has a bunch of lion tattoos, so it's kind of funny.
She's Leo.
Yeah, she's a Leo. Yeah, I already know I'm gonna get people that are like, yeah, astrology's stupid and all that, and it kind of is, but I don't know. I just learned about it just because it was interesting, I guess.
What would you like for supper?
What do you want to cook?
I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, back to my sister said and everything. You know, like, and the fact that she thought me not recruiting people would bother me. She obviously said it to rile me up. And I'm like, okay, that really shows your hand there. And that's the feminist hand, really is what it was. We want to recruit people to our movement. We want more people. That's all they care about is numbers. It's a hive mind thing. It's basically a cult. She herself has said feminism is basically a cult. She herself has called it that, but still identifies as a feminist. And I made a point in a previous video you might have seen where I said if you are one person in a group of 100 people and 99 of those people hate your guts and disagree with you, why the fuck are you in that group? That's you know, and I think that point stands. You know, like again, I've discovered it as there's two types of feminists. There's the true believers, the Julie Bindels and the Gloria Steinems, the true believers, right? And then there's the innocent 13-year-old girls who were told it's about equality and genuinely believe it, right? Someone who bought the lie, basically, right? That's the lie. The Klan did the same thing turn of the century, right? They told everyone, hey, we're about equality and friendship and brotherhood and helping your fellow man. And everyone's like, hey, that's a good idea. I want to help people. Yeah, sure. By the way, it's about hating the Negro beast and being a white supremacist. Oh, shit. Oops. Right? Yeah, no kidding. Will you stop that? My woman giving me googly eyes here. Yeah, that's obviously fake, but at the same time, it's like...
Actually, it's not.
Oh, it's not, really?
That can actually happen.
No rings at work. Oh. Oh, yeah, that was probably ripped off in a fucking jack incident or something. Probably got caught on a jack or something. Yeah. Anyways, again, like, it's very telling how she was trying to rile me up. Now, the important thing that I was getting at in episode 6 was the fact that, you know, there are the silent majority of men who are being abused, and they have no shelters to turn to. This guy called a shelter, right? And the shelter said, good luck. We ain't got nothing, sorry. Good luck. Right? Fuck you and have a nice day. Good luck. That's all they told him. And... you know, his best friend doesn't want to do anything. Just doesn't want to do anything, which I think is a coward personally. You know, the best friend being a coward for not wanting to help his friend out of getting concussed twice in one day. That's the kind of abuse this guy's going through that my sister was telling me about. You know, concussed twice in one day, right? Beaten senseless. Punched in the face while holding a baby, coming home to the two children being covered in piss and shit, and the mother dressed in her finest clothes out whoring that night, and the abuse victim doesn't want her to go to jail. Can you believe that? Can you really believe a woman saying, I don't want him to go to jail, even though he punches me in the face every night and, you know, does things I don't want to describe, right? Like, no, that doesn't fucking happen. That doesn't happen. And if it does happen, everyone talks her out of it. Trust me, like lickety-split, they talk her out of it. Right? But men, you know, aren't told that. Men aren't told, yeah, you should take that bitch to court. If you don't want to, then they'll be, well, okay, then we can't help you. I'm sorry. They'll just leave it at that, right? They won't try and convince him, no, you have to go to court for your children's sake. And they can't even say that because they know he's not getting the kids anyways. So what situation does a man like that have? Right? Seriously, what situation does a man like that have where he's beaten by his girlfriend, wife, whatever. He's beaten by her on a daily basis. She gets physical all the time. throws complete freakouts, searches through his phone so he can't message other people that he's being abused, uh, you know, cleans all of his clothes out of his car so he doesn't have clean clothes for work the next day, punches him in the skull and gives him a concussion because he wouldn't take her to the beach after giving him a concussion, right? The dude's woozy and about to fall on the floor and you punch him again. That kind of fucking abuse, right? The abuse that feminists don't want to touch with a fucking barge pole because then they have to admit that women are also violent people. Anyone can be violent people. Sorry, it's the truth. You know? And I think that's what's weird. I think that's what happened with the skeptic group movement sphere, whatever the fuck you want to call it, on YouTube. Because I saw that shit go down in a pile of flames, and most of them turned into feminists. They found their religion. They found their cult. They found their new godhead ether, right? They found their new spirit, their new Vishnu, right? Because they believed in being morally superior, not in logic and reason that they claimed to be into, right? Not these free-thinking intellectuals that they claimed to be, but they were really about being smarter than these stupid people, right? And that ain't what I'm trying to fucking do, right? I don't need to validate my intelligence to anyone, you know? I was supposed to be a child genius, but it's not like school gave a fuck about that. Schools did not give a shit about my intelligence whatsoever. They kept me in the shitty classes. They kept me back. Well, not back a grade, but they kept me back in like remedial subjects and shit. Remedial classes. Shitty classes. Things that were so boring I wanted to die. I had no fun whatsoever. I've done all that math 100 times. Why should I do it 103rd time when I've already done it all these times? Why should I bother? Right? And they just said, too bad. Doesn't matter you get perfect scores on every test. That doesn't matter. You know, doesn't matter. Do your work like a good slave. Right? And I'm not saying that as a boy servant thing, even though it could be taken that way. But I'm saying that as a children servant thing, right? Like, do your homework like a good slave, right? Spend all this time learning the hard way, even though you already know it. Homework should be optional. Homework should be, if you don't know it, do your homework. If you don't know it, have fun. And if you fail your tests, you have to do homework. Plain and simple. Just enforce some fucking rules other than do your homework, sonny. Like, jeez. I took my meds, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to briefly mention etymology, because this is something I discovered recently. And this is the definition of white privilege. This is the definition of white privilege in its rawest, purest form. They call you Krakow, meaning slave. You call them Nagar, meaning black, and you're the fucking racist. That's white privilege for ya. Right? Like, they call you slave. Totally fine. No one bats an eye. You call them black. Oh my god! Wrong word. Right? Like, that's the kind of politics we have in our basic human language. Right? Basic words. Words that people are afraid to say. Right? Even though, according to etymology, they derive from the word that literally means black. But, people who are black use the word that derives from the word Krakow, meaning slave, and no one has a problem with that. Really. Like, look up these etymologies sometimes. Right? Like, and you could guess what word Nagar turned into. You can really guess on that one. Krakow turned into cracker, as if that wasn't obvious. It's a Gaelic word, meaning slave. So, again, and we call slaves after Slavs. Slavs are white. But people think slaves were only dark. If we called slaves Negro beasts, then you might have a point. But we don't. Sorry. Wrong timeline. You know, we don't call them that. You know, we call them slaves, deriving from Slav. We just added a knee to it. That's all we did. Like, that's all we did. Like, you know, and again, like, sweet Jiminy Biscuits. Like, what the... this whole discourse is just beyond screwed. Like, just beyond backwards. I mean, you know, and does anyone... Am I the only one that remembers when that autistic white kid was tortured for 48 hours live on Facebook? And it took 48 hours for the fucking cops to do something? Remember that shit? Does anyone else remember that? Like, and remember how the black woman, the sassy, prissy black woman, got on news in front of God and everyone and said, well, that white kid deserved it. Them white Negro devils are all against us beautiful folk. Like, she sounded like a damn slave baron. She sounded like a slave baron. And everyone's okay with that. Because a black woman does it. Like, what? You know, like, it's so obvious. Flip some things around. See how comfortable they are then. That's how you know this is full of hypocrisy. You know, like, holy crap baskets. What the... Jeez. God. You got any questions you want to ask for the sake of the video? I'm just doing random rants. I might title this something about, like, why we need rights and other rants. So I'm kind of in the other segment because I kind of got past the why we need rights part. So, I mean, you got any subjects or anything from your Zelda videos or whatever you want to talk about?
Maybe you should mention the witch shit that went on.
Oh, yeah. Elle and I were talking with a friend of mine. And apparently there's witch talk now, which is TikTok for witches. I've never heard of any of this, and my friend was wanting to basically get into, like, curse jars and shit like that. And I'm of the opinion, and I'm of the old school, that witchery was, and in the oldest sense of the term witch, it meant medicine woman, right? It meant to help with herbs and plants and to heal, like, sicknesses and fungus. And I mean, they knew the cure for fevers and, you know, penicillin. They knew about penicillin way before the Roman times, way before. Pagans knew about it long before it was rediscovered, right? Long before. But with the fall of Rome, all that knowledge was lost. Thus the Dark Ages. Then we had to relearn everything from the ground up. And that was the fall of the Bronze Age, basically, which took about 50 years to die. From the decline to the death, it took about 50 years. Ironically, at that time, it took 50 years for the world to learn something, like, collectively. Now we get it in 0.03 seconds. So, you know, imagine how fast empires will collapse with that much information. You know, just imagine. And it took 50 years for the world to discover that any munchkin with a smelter could get iron right out of the ground, right? You don't need these merchants to have copper and bronze and tin and mix all these metals together to make a bendable metal that's good for weapons and stuff. You know, you don't need that anymore. You don't need the emperor selling you bronze, right? All you need is a smelter and the ground, and there you go. Like, you know, you can make your own weapons, you know. That's all you need. And it took 50 years for the whole world to realize that, you know. So I just, again, people are talking about Corona being the end and everything. Just trust me, if the end were to happen, it would have happened before we even realized it happened. Trust me on that. Like, And this might sound a bit far-fetched, but if Hillary got in office, that is the sleeping apocalypse timeline, and I'm glad we avoided that, right? And she was talking all about going to war with Russia, all about war with Russia. Yeah, nuclear fallout. That's all it takes is one of our nukes to hit one of theirs, and everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. Kiss the atmosphere goodbye. Right? Kiss the climate goodbye. You're worried about a bunch of plastic bottles destroying the fucking ozone? Do you think plastic bottles are going to do that, or do you think nukes are going to do that? Okay, which is more of an impending threat, Hillary voters? I know that statement's a bit outdated, but still. Again, just But yeah, like maybe I'm a very old-fashioned person. I think of this kind of witch new age stuff as kind of stupid because the new age wants to focus more on grudges and hexes and curses and shit like that. When pagan in general was more about helping than hurting. It was about helping the tribe instead of hurting the other tribe. Now, if you had trouble with the other tribe, you just buried a bunch of axes in their skulls and called it good. You're done. They didn't need hexes. They just used their fists. But they needed medicine and agriculture and geography and the study of plants and botany and all this stuff. They needed, a zootany or whatever the fuck it's called, the study of zoos and zoo animals and all that shit, or animals in general. They needed this study of these different things to understand like how to perform medicine and how to heal people and how to cure depression and other ailments, anxiety, bipolar, all that stuff. They knew how to cure that way back when, like before Jesus back when, right? Way back when. They knew how to do all that. But then when Rome fell, 300 or so AD, was it 300 or 1300? I think might have been 1300. I know there's a 3 in there. I might have to relook this up, but anyways, when Rome fell, the civilization fell with it, because Rome had conquered so much. It had conquered the known world, and when it fell, everything fell with it, right? Empires rise and fall. It's just what they do, right? Now, a lot of people seem very certain that America is going to fall as an empire, but here's the thing. We still have the internet. Okay? If we fall, we're not going to fall that hard. Right? The worst case scenario, our government goes to shit, which, I mean, let's be frank, there's only one politician that cares about anyone else in the fucking White House right now. And that won't change with Bernie. Just saying. Which, isn't he out of the race now? Isn't he? I thought he was. I don't know. I keep dreaming he was, so maybe. Again, like, trust me, every other DNC candidate is backing Biden. Yeah. They're not doing that just to pretend. They're doing that because, again, they're backing Biden for a reason. Because Biden is the front runner. That's the reason, right? Like that's why they're doing it. That's why. And Biden can't remember his own fucking birthday anymore. Like the dude's nuts. The dude doesn't remember his birthday. He doesn't remember what damn day it is. Did that cougar just jump over the fucking fence? What? How the shit did you do? That was a what? That was a what? Oh my god! What? That was a 14 feet tall. What? I'm not reading that on stream.
That's what you have to.
Yeah, that's fair. Kawaii aesthetic girlfriend. Jesus Christ. I love how there's kawaii and kawaii. Like, one means creepy and the other means cute. Like, anyways. So, like, I don't know. It's Japanese is so bizarre. Y'all think German's weird. Fucking Nippon's even weirder. God, how did this one fucking... How... Oh my... Emergency capture animal, $1,000. Holy crap. Okay, I gotta read their zoology. Oh, God, it's been so long since I played this game. I don't remember their fucking zoo stats. Let me pause this. Terrain, environment, enrichment. Trust me, one of these days I'll be able to. One of these days I'll be able to rant and play a game simultaneously and be in perfect harmony with myself. I used to be able to do that, but it might be my fucking medication with. I've got like Tourette's meds and I've got anxiety meds and all that stuff, so it might be one of those. Hell if I know. Stud book, nice. He's been a stud. Okay. Overview. Which, by the way, hun, I mentioned that. You know, it was weird how fucking MGTOWs think they're better than everyone else in the manosphere. You know, like they think they're better than everyone else. When all they're doing is just saying, fuck it, I'm done. They're just rage quitting. Like that's all they're doing is just rage quitting. And they think they're better than people who want to change the world and make it a safer place to live. What? like imagine you're a quitter. You're a professional quitter. Like you start big jobs and all these amazing corporations, and you just quit after week 1. Every time, just quit. And then you point at someone who's a fucking health worker, you know, that's trying to help enrich the lives of poor children. And you point at that person and say, "Ha ha, you're a loser." You see how ridiculous that is? Right? Like, I can see how you don't see that, Mr. MGTOW, but everyone else is noticing how embarrassing this is. Like, you know, just, geez. Okay. Grade 3 climb proof, over 3 meters. It is over 3 meters. It is climb proof. Over 3 meters. Wait, is it over 3 meters? Yeah, it's 4 meters. How the fuck did he get over that? Oh, crap. No, I don't need that. How the fuck did that lion fucking jump over that? Is that over 3 feet? Yeah, that's or 3 meters, sorry. Yeah, that's over 3 meters. I keep getting meters mixed with feet. I've been living in America too long. Yeah, how do they jump over everything when it's fucking 4 meters? Oh, what the fuck? Over 3 meters. Yeah. God, they could jump that high? Holy crap. Okay. For the Americans listening, I'm 6'10", 6'11", around there. I'm 2 meters exactly. Okay, so 3.5 feet is a meter. 3 meters would be 9, 10, 11 feet or so. So they can jump 11 feet high. That's a pretty big jump. Like a pretty big jump. So yeah. But anyways, just for the Americans watching, which is probably all of you at this point. God, it's not easy being a foreigner.
German hick.
Yeah, I know. I'm basically a German hick at this point. Like, basically. Anyways, yeah, just I don't know. Look, it's crazy. I mean, you know, episode 6, I wanted it to be mostly about me advocating for the stories I know about where men are abused, and like stories I went through growing up. I was abused by women all like multiple times in my life. One time sexually, the other times I was falsely accused of things that I've never done. And you know, all this shit that happened to me and everything. And I kind of wanted to talk about it in that episode, but OBS was acting up bigger than shit. So I'm just recording a video and I'm gonna upload it. So fuck it. I might do this from now on. If OBS is, keeps being a schnucken version, which I haven't said that word in forever. But if that's the word I think it is, I always forget things. Anyways, but yeah, just I don't know. I just want people to get along. That's all I want. I just want people to not hate each other and help. I want that sometimes, but that other what are you, John McCain's brain tumor?
War!
John McCain's brain tumor.
War!
War! War! War!
War!
War!
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine that. The man who wants peace and the woman who wants to kill everything. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah.
Even though it's usually the other way around.
That's what people think it is. Yeah. Did you just trick them into making them think they were right in the first place? You clever bastard! Don't kick me in the skull. What the hell? Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh god. Oh, she's hugging me to death. Oh god. Oh.
He died. Sorry, guys. Guess I'm talking now.
Talk about the weather.
Well, it was hailing earlier, and it's a good 30 degrees.
I said in
So it
ghost
hasn't-
form.
What?
I said in ghost form.
Shut up, you zombie!
Oh god.
I was trying to crush your head between my thighs.
They weren't supposed to know it was your thighs.
It was my thighs.
It was her thighs. Anyways,
My
beside
thick
the point.
thighs.
Her thick thighs. Anyways, beside the point. Before I neigh into the wind and go hi-ho silver and smack myself in the ass and eat hay and sugar cubes and ride off into the sunset with you on my back. And I'm not really like the horse fetish type. I'm just joking. So please,
He
for
has a
love of
horse
God.
dick.
Damn it, woman! God, my parents watch these sometimes.
I love you guys. Sorry.
I hope they don't watch this video. Like, they might know a little too much about our sex life if they watch this video. I get crushed with her thighs, and I'm not sure. They might have noticed I'm a tripod. They might have noticed.
Oh no. Well, consider your mom walked in on you that one time. She's like,
Yeah.
put that thing away. Goodbye.
Yeah. That and given
She's
the,
like,
given the fact that I like just the times I couldn't find my pants after the shower, like just given those times, like which of course my father once was checking the plants in the front room, and then I go in the front room to grab my DS. And I just see two moons staring me in the face. I'm like, good God, man! And he's like, what? What do you want? Like,
your dad gives no fucks.
yeah, he just gave no fucks. I love that about my father. He is the zero fuck giver. Like, if he cares about you, he'll give all the fucks in the world. But if it's just not a big deal, he just does. He's like, whatever, fucking, Which actually, shit. I'll tell a funny story real quick. My father and I were watching, this was years ago, but we were watching a news documentary, or not a documentary, but like a news article or source or whatever. And they were talking about this woman who received rape threats online. And she was talking about, oh, it was horrible. They said, I hope you get raped. And Pops was like, what? And then he kind of looks at me funny. And I look at him and I say, are you kidding? On the internet, that's code for, hello, are you having a good day, I hope? Like, that's what that means in internet talk. Like, hi, have a nice day. I hope you get raped. Like that's just internet talk. Like everyone does that shit. And what's that site you see it on? 4chan? Is that the one you see it on?
Probably.
Yeah. It's like in 4chan. It might be 4chan. It might be something else, but I think it's 4chan where it's like, dude A is like, hey faggot. Dude B is like, hey faggot. Dude A is like, well, nice knowing you, faggot. Dude B, yeah. See you later, faggot. Like, and they just go on with their day. They just don't give a shit. Like, zero fucks are given. Like, Which is a very manly attitude if you think about it. Like, just men do that like a motherfucker. They just zero fucks. Just zero. Just zero. Just none. Not even close. Like that is the most male brain attitude in the world. Like I know, I'm looking at you. She's staring at me like, oh.
No, that's not why.
Oh. Are those bananas?
Yep.
But banana.
We're looking at something on my phone. Sorry.
Banana
water.
Banana water. Pickled pizza.
I can handle that better.
Yeah, I can handle pickled pizza. Jalapeno bananas? What the dick?
Cheez-Its and milk.
Cheez-Its and milk? Oh, God. My father loves Cheez-Its.
I'm not, like, against this.
He devours Cheez-Its like crazy.
Why am I not against this?
I don't mind Cheez-Its, but that's more his thing.
I love you, but...
I'm gonna talk about my old man, because, you know, he's special.
We love you!
We love you, family. We love you. And anyone who watches this shit, like, you know, we love you too.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It depends if you support it.
Couldn't decide between eggs and bananas. So...
I had both.
Yep, mixed together.
God.
Pineapple and mayo sandwich.
That's not as weird.
Oh, God, that sounds horrible.
That's not as weird.
That sounds bad.
Maybe. Okay, look. I had a sandwich at, I think it was Red Robin in California. I had a sandwich. It was a Hawaiian luau burger. It had mayonnaise on it, but it had pineapples. It had like some, like it was a burger with lettuce.
Okay,
and stuff like that. But
hun.
and it had mayonnaise on it.
This is just a mayo and pineapple.
Oh, it's not like a burger?
No.
Oh, it's just a chunk of pine. That's weird. I thought it was like just them mixed in a sandwich somewhere.
Hot chocolate with melted cheese.
America summed in that picture.
If you ask, Subway will make it. It's basically cookies shoved inside of a Subway bun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Subway sub.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that about Subway. To be honest, Subway does not do that in California. They do not do that in California. They will not. They don't even put extra fucking meat on your sandwich if you ask for it in California. They won't. They seriously won't. I have no idea. I've been to like 4 or 5 different Subways all throughout the Bay Area, and not a single fucking one of them did that.
The one here just like
the one here's like, here you go, fucking extra meat, fuck it. Like,
I mean, you're gonna have to pay a little more, but fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's fine with that arrangement. You know, extra meat, extra price. Okay, sure, why not? That makes sense. You know, it costs money to get meat. I mean, you know,
bacon wrapped Oreos.
Oh God.
America. Croutons and milk.
Oh God, I like croutons, but I've never had them in milk.
Oreos dipped in Gatorade.
Oh jeez.
She melted American cheese on Pop-Tarts.
Oh.
A chicken wing or something.
Yeah, chicken leg.
Chicken leg. Breaded in what seems to be Fruity Pebbles.
It's a gay chicken leg.
Oh dear God.
It's colorful and pretty, like
hot dogs and cucumbers.
Oh God, no! God, oh God, no! America, no! Not there! Ah! I just had an aneurysm. I'm sorry.
Blueberry omelet.
Why am I okay with that?
No!
Why am I okay? That I'm okay with, but hot dogs and what's its nuts is just weird.
Okay, like, I'm not okay with that either, but that just seems nasty because of 2 different types of texture.
Yeah.
It just looks fucking weird. It probably tastes nasty. Mustard on
I just like blueberries. Oh God.
Mustard on pumpkin pie.
Oh God.
Mustard on pumpkin pie.
Look, I love mustard. It's like a pastime of mine, but it does not belong on pie. It just doesn't.
Maple syrup on pizza rolls.
Oh God. Oh, I knew. I stayed at this one kid's house once who actually did that.
Why am I okay with it?
Like, I actually knew a guy who did that.
Why?
Forget his name. It was back on Travis when I was a kid, but yeah.
I think I'm only okay with it because they actually put ice cream on pizza once.
Oh.
Like actual pepperoni pizza.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like simple topping pizzas. It's just me. Is that Powerade and fucking.
Yes, that's Powerade. That's pasta cooked in Powerade.
Oh my. Oh god. Oh god. Powerade is just basically water with coloring in it. That's all it fucking
I
is.
like it, but okay.
That really looks like something Aurelio Voltaire did. Like really.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like one of his video short story video things, animatronic animation shits that he did. He's like a teacher of animation or whatever in fucking New York, and he's a musician on the side just because fuck it. Whoa, I'm not okay with that.
I'm calling the police.
I'm calling the police. Yeah, we are calling the police. Social distance foreplay is just the same. That's funny. They're using sticks and shit with
sticks
little
and
hands on it.
hands.
Yeah.
What do you want for supper?
Liebchen, whatever you want to make, I'm fine with. You know, we'll just make some pasta and some beef like we normally do.
This bitch.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever. Like.
Well, like I actually kind of want to eat some of that stuffing, but I also kind of want rice.
Well, eating both is kind of weird. Is that why you were showing me all those weird combinations to prime me for this?
No.
Okay. Here, Chris, this is a primer. We called that pedophilia.
Oh, wait.
I made that even worse. It had nothing to do with that, by the way. But anyways, like, should I in front of God and everyone? Fine. Ugh.
Wow, that's actually the first time you've ever hit that very hard.
What's that supposed to be? I've hit your ass hard. Shut up. Talking shit about me.
Wow, I even made it so nobody could know.
Talking shit about me in front of God and everyone. Yeah, we all know the truth. I do things of an illicit nature that are pleasing to the experience. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't think I can say the phrase "we fuck like the rabbits sing" on YouTube. Fuck. I just realized that. Anyways, that's a weird translation, by the way, just so anyone's wondering.
Good Lord, Christopher.
Yeah, well. Yeah. If only I remember the word for rabbit. But anyways, other than that,
Is like your fucking knee just kind of like creaking over there?
No, I was.
Oh, it sounded like your knee creaking.
Yeah, I was slapping my calf meat thigh.
It sounded like your knee going.
Yeah, my.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, my fucking joints, fucking all the time.
I know they do.
Yeah. I have Ehlers-Danlos for those who don't know, which Hannah Wallen might actually. I don't know if she does or not, but it was mentioned in one of HBR's videos that that she has a pain disorder that's chronic, and someone in the chat asked, "Do you have Ehlers-Danlos?" And I don't think ever saw it, so I think the only one that actually watches the chat is like I've seen Hannah Cherry do it, and I've seen Brian do it, but that was about it. Like I think they're the only two that actually watch the chat. And I know Allison has, but that might be it. So, I mean, which, I mean, I don't know. I would like to be on an episode of theirs just to advocate that men get help and stuff, I don't know. I just want to help, I'm not in this to be famous. I don't care about fame. I never did. It's not important to me. But if I can help people along the way, then I'm down for it, Like, I don't know. And in the future, if anyone's watching this and I've like gotten corrupted with power or whatever, please remind me why I'm doing this. Just saying, hold me accountable, like I know Ale will. Fucking Mick chokes a lot over here. Mick choked out a lot over here. Fucking. Anyways. Quit giving the woman ideas. Right in the boob. Anyways.
You do more of this stuff on live stream than you do ever anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do a live stream today. I wanted to, but OBS kept disconnecting and reconnecting, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with OBS. I'll just record a video on OBS and say, what the hell? Just put it all together, and I'll upload it. I figured out how to do that on my own somehow. I don't know. I just clicked around and figured it out. So, anyways, I might make chunky videos like this in the future. Actually, let's see how long we're at here. Let's see if I can do that. Here, OBS. What's the? Oh, an hour and 20 minutes. My God.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I should probably end this here. This is basically a live stream at this point. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'll work more on Planet Zoo, and I'll show you guys this area once I make it look nicer and all that fun stuff. And anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. For the love of God.